have quite a few mana problems normally. But with the CM, it kind of helps solve that a little bit. Means Magnus might, if it's Magnus support, especially, I don't think it will be, but if it's Magnus 4, like it might mean he can just skip arcanes and just rush straight for that blink because of the CM aura being available.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any? Ooh, Necro. Didn't expect that. I expected they would take away the Juggernaut, really, but oh, there you go.
I don't mind this though, especially because it can lane safe lane or mid, so it gives them a little bit of flex value. But yeah, it's definitely different. But the other thing I like about it is, like, that with this Magnus pick, they're going to want to pick some physical damage carry, right?
Yeah.
And obviously Ghost Shroud's really good up against, even like an Omni Slash from Jug or PA. Ooh. Different.
Yeah, very different. Very out of the blue from HellRaisers here, picking a hero we haven't really been seeing a whole lot of, but they want them big numbers. They want the big crits.
I'm interested to see how this goes, because it's probably not the best laner against Centaur Mirana, right? Like, the CM's not going to have any kind of defensive capability to keep your PA alive either. So if this PA ever manages to get jumped on...
You have daggers, I guess, but you don't really want to be relying on daggers to win your lane.
I guess between, like, creep aggroing and daggering, you should be fine. I just think the Centaur will have a free lane.
It does feel really good for the Centaur, and whatever carry they pick from All But Gold now, they're really pretty free. They can just they're gonna have a ton of space. Basically.
They need tower push on this Old But Gold lineup. They need either some like heavy damage, physical damage carry, or like a way of pushing towers and taking objectives. Because Necro does not do that, not at all. Like, he does decent damage, but he's not really historically a tower hitter or like a Roche taker.
For
HellRaisers, do you think? Where do you think like this Tiny could be mid still, for example, for them? So their last pick's really open.
Yeah, it is, and Tiny mid is very nice versus Necrophos as well. Because if he pops up Ghost Shroud, you can jump in, you can kill the Necrophos, the Mirana quite easily as well. Centaur and Ogre, a little bit tankier targets to bring down.
I mean, OD's still in the pool if somebody wants to go for it. Like, probably, maybe HellRaisers, but their lineup will be really slow if they did that.
Yeah,
I think they need some more like burst damage for this Necro, more tempo.
Yeah,
like Queen of Pain, Gleaner.
I think if they put the Tiny mid, then in the off lane, I'd quite like to see maybe a Sand King, maybe something high pace, or at mid. Oh yeah, Viper. This is nice. Blech, hero indeed. Yeah.
So smart that you put it on the Necro and you don't take any damage from Heartstopper.
Easy lane, easy life.
So sick.
Is there anything else? It doesn't really work with any other passives in this game. I guess you can't build retaliator stacks on it. Whoop-de-doo.
I want Medusa.
Why? You got nothing to do this evening?
Hell not. Yeah, I'm free all day, guys. They need some like super hard carry, and I think they need something that just doesn't care, like just sits there.
Heck?
Oh, against Viper.
Oh yeah, you're right. That'd be a terrible idea.
They might just go safe and pick something like a Wraith King Jug.
Well, they seem to think that the Necrophos is in the safe lane because they've banned out DP, so maybe we're going to see something at mid, like.
But that's like the only mid hero that could push towers, though, right? And if they could get away with that DP, it would have been really
do they have enough? I'm not sure they've got enough wave clear. I think they can just pick Lycan here on Albert Gold. They've done that.
Lycan's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
why?
Okay. I mean, okay. Well, what I like
really
about this hero. All right. You go first.
No, you go first.
Okay. Well, Alchemist is nice in that it's going to hit a timing way before the PA does, if he has a good enough lane, that is. And he can basically just get money faster than anybody else in the game. Even though they got Magnus empowering the PA is still going to take a little bit of time to efficiently hit the neutrals. And I think the Alchemist can get a decent timing. And you just basically want to get him with that Radiance and then run at them. I think the Radiance makes a big difference this game. The only thing I'm worried about is the Tiny can still do a lot to an Alchemist and the Mirana. I think this Tiny could have a pretty decent game, but he is a 40. He's not going to have that much in time. All right. Your thoughts on the Alchemist?
I really like it. I like, where's the pressure coming from any of the HellRaisers? Yeah, I get your point about this Tiny being able to run around and cause pressure, but he needs someone to play with. And like Magnus doesn't do anything early on, PA doesn't do anything early on. Viper can, but like if the Alk's just farming safely in the jungle and you put decent vision down, it's not like Viper's a really mobile hero. Like he's so static in what he offers. He's not really a good roamer coming across the map and like ganking lanes and things. You kind of want to just go around, play around the Viper. I think this Alk should have a really good time. And like you say, they'll hit a timing where just before the PA comes online, where they should just be able to start mowing down towers. They have the Ogre to buff him up. They have the Necro to help him stay alive. I think this is a really good Alk game.
That's the Alk versus the. Did you know Alchemist is Indian? The Ogre, that is. The Ogre is Indian.
The Alchemist Ogre is Indian.
Yeah. So if you look at his physique, right, it's got a fairly large tummy, but look at his arms. Like, this is not a dude who doesn't work out, right? This Ogre hits the gym, I can tell you that, but he's still carrying a lot of belly fat, and that's very common. I mean, me being Indian myself, right, when I was losing weight, my PT told me, this very common Indian people to carry belly weight for a very long time and burn it off last before anything else, and it's very hard for Indians to get rid of that. So you can have, like, super jacked Indian people who still have like a bit of a tummy like myself, you know. It's and yeah. So I feel you, Alchemist Ogre.
Are you bigging yourself up and saying you're super jacked?
Yeah, I'm pretty much share the exact same physique as the Alchemist Ogre. Same mentality as well. Same IQ, I think. I relate it heavily. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm the guy on top that's like, no, mad.
Go here, shout at this. Yeah. Okay, boss.
Oh, that's an interesting ward from Velhor on this Miranda.
Yeah.
I mean, they really want to be able to stop the Tiny from rotating in from lane and then, like, coming in for a sneaky toss. Like, I get why they've done it. It's just not what I expected.
They're all moving as 5 right now. HellRaisers. They are looking to see if anybody comes into mid. They were looking for the Centaur, I think, who was looking to collect some Retaliate stacks. But he did it at top instead, so they didn't find him.
Even if the Centaur runs into mid, how do they kill him? Like, what would they do?
Yeah, they can kill him.
How do they start the fight?
They got CM, they got Frostbite, level Frostbite, easy life.
Good.
Well done at bottom. There's a little bit of a fight for the root here, but I'm fairly sure Albert Gold can't contest this. They're going to try and come in though. Vanscore's just charging at him right now. Lohar taking damage on the front lines, but Vanscore's going to regret his decisions as he gets tossed back into everybody. Ogre Magi, you're not that tanky. He's going to get taken down, and that will be a first blood going the way of the HellRaisers.
Yeah, Ogre looks really tanky until the Tiny starts smacking him with E-base damage or whatever it is. And that's such a massive first blood for this Tiny as well. Like, the fact you can get these early boots online because he's gone for this Stout Shield build. Like, his roaming potential is going to be really strong, though. But I would not be surprised to see him kind of stick down here a lot of the time anyway. You really want to pressure this Alk as much as you can.
For sure, absolutely. Alchemist is going to be the epitome of this Albert Gold draft. So now it comes down onto the PA. PA taking some heavy hits as Albert Gold gets started on Velhor, though he's actually holding back pretty hard here. I feel like if Velhor not worked so hard to reposition himself and just thrown some hits into the tune as well, I'd have been able to go for that, but then again, didn't really have much to hold him back and bring him down.
My worry is that, like, even with this CM Tiny, like, because your carry's a PA, can you still pressure the Alk? Like, isn't he just going to be able to farm anyway? I don't think he cares.
Vanscore tossed back once again, but now with his team around him, I'm not sure that kill is quite as likely. Aloha Dance does do a lot of damage, though, and they are getting a lot of damage out onto him. The arrow, though, going to save the day. Vanscore stays alive for now. On about 40 HP, he survived that one. Meanwhile, Poshko actually taking some hits from the tower and the Morana. That's going to send her scurrying back. And this is Velhor actually without the Bazzi. No one has a Bazzi, which I'm...
He has no leap
Ow,
either.
ow, oh dear. Which... Arrow's the range.
Arrow the range creep.
Yeah.
Nice.
What a value play.
Illidan's like, what the fuck, man?
It's my range creep. Goddamn supports. Feeding, taking my creeps.
Typical Morales, show up to my lane, arrow the just die.
Yeah, that's some classic Miranda gameplay right there. I'd say we should look at top lane, but honestly, I don't want you guys to fall asleep because this is just... I mean, this is Centaur-like being with a spear versus Centaur-like being with an axe.
Yeah, I mean, this lane's pretty even. The Centaur should be able to pull ahead with time, but... Yeah,
definitely
Van Score
ship
dies
this
again.
couple, though. By Van Score.
But at least your boy Alk hasn't died yet.
Yeah, he's doing okay just watching his team die. He's having a good time with it.
Problem is now the lane's in a place where he can't really farm. Because the Tiny just runs in with boots and throws him back.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this lane control from HellRaisers now.
This is really good. Sheldon's just kind of watching. Can't even go in for anything here. Where have all these trees gone, by the way? I'm kind of curious about that.
Who knows, man?
In that much danger. Well, Miposhka's going to be the target, and a nice arrow from Velhor sets up perfectly for a kill onto the Crystal Maiden. At last, All But Gold managed to start bringing things back in their favor as they get their first kill of the match onto Miposhka. Paladin still soon to the front lines with the Bloodlust, able to get in a couple of hits and some creeps. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, G laning up against Nyx. It's yeah, it's pretty chill here in the middle lane. I don't really think anybody's at a huge disadvantage here. Maybe the I thought the Necro would start to struggle, but he's doing great so far.
Nah, the Necro, like when he gets to like level 5, for example, will be really strong in the laning stage.
No,
like, he has to
this fool, he's put levels into Heartstopper. Doesn't he know that it's going to get... Oh, no points in Nether Toxin, though. So the counter's not
counted.
Countered.
Here comes the 3 points in poison attack, though. This is where G will start to feel the pain. Like the mana cost goes down. So
yep. And
very
cooldown.
difficult. Yeah, you keep the 3 points in poison attack normally, I think, and then just start to the skills. Just because it allows you to orb walk. Well, I guess
bottom lane, a low hard dance, getting a little bit low. Velhor does not want to go in for an extra pounce, though, realizing that would probably be a bad idea. We'll let the Tiny live with all their graciousness. One on the top lane, Centaur's having a pretty nice time. DM as well. I mean, they're both just going to farm up against each other. And probably get some early blink daggers on these two and see some action. Meanwhile, down at bottom, we will not see some action, but they have managed to kill a low hard dance.
Bounty runes are about to spawn here, and this is a massive deal. You know, there's an Alk in the game.
Yep, need to fight for these. And I'm fairly sure you're happy to get 2 and odd but gold. Not really sure HellRaisers will be able to contest more than that.
Got double leap on the right.
Go for it, though. They are. It's going to be a...
go!
Oh, Velhor sneaking in from behind, and all but gold are able to get through for the Alchemist. As Tiny, he's going to get taken down as well in return, so despite all inning for the bounty, they're still able to make a decent trade with the creeps. And Velhor chasing down Miposhka as well. He now has his Bazzi, so doing the extra damage. Vichun coming on top of him as well. The Frostbite comes out, but he's still trying to fight up right now. Velhor versus Miposhka. The acid is down. The kill comes in, and Vichun's got to be a little bit careful as well. The arrow turnaround with the Starstorm as well. Stampede now being used to keep him alive. The stun cooked up. Vichun's gonna get hit. Illidan needs one more, and he will grab the kill. A big win for Old But Gold in the bottom lane. Both the bounty runes and 3 kills coming in their way as well. Old But Gold feeling fantastic right now. Illidan Storm Rage is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, he got 2 last hits out of the 3 in the kills as well, so he's gonna be really happy with that. I mean, Velhor was just like in no man's land. It's fine. Blinds.
Oh, okay. I thought you said blinds first, and I was like, what? I mean, to be fair, I'd get that. If someone paused and said blinds, I'd be like, yeah, no. We've all been in that situation where you're trying to play. There's a tiny crack in your blinds, and the sun's like giving you laser eye surgery.
Ooh. Do people know what blinds are if they're not from the UK? Like, that's probably not a common word that you would learn, right?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure people from the UK aren't started.
No, but like, if it's like it's another language, right? Come on, man.
Blinds. I don't know. If you know what blinds are in the chat, please do. I'm fairly sure it's a fairly universal
if you're not from
term.
the UK.
If you're not from the UK.
And it's not your first language.
Okay.
Do you know what blinds are? I'd be interested, actually, because that's quite a...
And what else would you even call them?
No. I'm not saying you would call them anything
blind.
else, but... Like... I feel like that's the kind of thing that people will be like, what the hell is a blind?
Okay. I'm not too sure, but I guess we'll be interested to find out. Looking at his net worth chart, no big surprise to see the Alchemist on top of net worth.
This Alk's
Oh,
401.
Yeah,
Doesn't even need CS.
Oh, he's killing heroes. I mean, you get Greevil's Greed off heroes, so
They are just big creeps.
no value. I'm not sure what the most... do you think the bounty rune change to Greevil's Greed was ever necessary? Do you remember when it was first came out, it was like 4 times straight off the bat?
Yeah, it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, that was mad. And then... I'm not sure what was more unnecessary, that or the Monkey King randomly getting an extra spell.
Yeah. My favourite bit is, what was that game mode? Like, the mutation mode thing, where Alk would get, like, 3,000 gold if you picked up all 4 bounty runes at the start of the game.
Oh, yeah, the mutation where bounty runes worth like, like 4 times as much or something, and then you just had an Alchemist, you're like, well, start the game with a Radiance, cool.
For 3 minutes in, the Alk has a Radiance, you're like, thanks, guys.
This was a good idea. Velhor, he might be caught out here. Aloha Dance from Posh can see him, but their reactions are a little bit slow, and Velhor will just pop himself to safety.
I think they just pinged out that the Marana put a ward down there, though. Or somebody put a ward down, so probably look to see him dewarding that one soon. There is a sentry coming out. Dude, this Alk's massive. He is phase soul ring already. Like, he's having a great time. He's going to hit level 6 soon, so he's going to just become more difficult to kill.
What is Phase Soul Ring? Phase Soul Ring and 1,400 gold. I mean...
Oh, arrow top.
Ridiculous. Oh, that's a big catch. Magnus, he might be pulled down here, but in comes Aloha Dance trying to save the day. The Skewer going to bring back Velhor as well. They're going to use a Stampede to continue going on for that one. The Stump comes out with a double edge as well, and DM will be dropped. Aloha Dance tossing back BZZ, trying to get himself out of danger. At least he'll survive, but still a fairly significant turn there in the top lane. HellRaisers losing all across the map right now. I'm getting kind of worried for them. All but Gold really starting to put on the pressure pretty much everywhere.
Centaur gets stomped and he's like, Mom! Stop ruining my game! God. You're so annoying.
Done out at bottom lane. Feeds huge. Oh, okay. Gets a blur. See you later. Alright, how much can empowered PA do? Enough? Well, Vanscore's about to find out the full extent as Vichun starts unloading onto the Ogre Magi. And he might be big, but he's not that big. He gets taken down by HellRaisers and Spaghetti Stirred.
This Alk might have to TP somewhere towards the other side of the map at the moment because this Centaur is not receiving any pressure up in the top lane. So Alk's having to play a little bit careful down here.
Wow,
doesn't really see any of them.
A CM directly onto the Centaur's face, but that's because Nyx was behind as well, but with the TP out and the Frostbite used, EZZ gets a free escape.
Now, this is nice rotations because you see as the Viper moves top, the Tiny takes over mid to get some XP, get some gold. So they're utilising the farm really well on the map for HellRaisers.
He just heading towards this mech. He's going to have that at a great time as well. Really worried once these Greaves are out on the Necrophos.
Oh, bot lane.
Oh dear. Oh dear, Magnus. Magnus, no. He's dropped again.
That was really sick. They got the Fire Blast into the arrow and the stun from the Alk.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Easy kills. And this Alk's up to about 3,000 gold now, and we're 10 minutes in, so more bounty runes. Let's have a fight. Yeah. Oh, look at the Centaur sneaking around. Yes, this one's looking.
He's looking. BZZ's going to grab one. And Necrophos grabs the other, and they all go the way of Old But Gold. Dear God, a huge arrow, though, onto Maposhka. He's going to get finished off. Meanwhile, Aloha Dance and Nyx splitting up, getting away. They are scared right now as Old But Gold laying on the pressure everywhere they can. Where is our Alchemist? Oh, my God. He's going to get the 10-minute relic.
Can't pull that Ogre, dude. He has to farm it on Alk. Ogre's like, but I just want some gold. Please. Please.
And the little creeps giving Alchemist way more, double their net worth than anybody else. And the rest.
This Viper has felt very underwhelming. So has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, it's the usual Viper where you kind of... Necro, he's dropping, but not quite quickly enough, but they've got the vision, so they'll take him out. Aloha Dance grabs that kill. BZZ is seen, but I don't think there's any follow-up here. All right, so Viper goes and gets a kill at top. I mean, it was a 4-man rotation, but you take what you can get at this stage.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, like, if you're rotating 4 heroes top to kill the Necrophos, guess who's a happy little goblin down in the bot lane?
Me, Alchemist.
Yeah.
He's getting there. He's getting there. I'm surprised he hasn't been to buy the relic just yet, but you know, in a way, is there an element of psychological side of things where you don't want the enemy to be like, you know, pinging you, going like, "Oh my god, he's got a relic." I just want to be like, "Oh, I'm not doing so great. I don't have much." Ooh. And then all of a sudden, bam, radiance. What up?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it's a decent point. Because, yeah, like, if they see that you've got a relic, all of a sudden they're going to be like, okay, well, we need to just try and stop him and kill him here before he gets his radiance, right?
Yeah, I mean, that said, I still think they're going to assume that these goblins might see don't take down the tower, but Illidan dropping quick. This is a lot of gold. He will drop, and he doesn't have gold for the relic anymore. That was so much gold.
He bought the radiance recipe.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to say, that was like... Whoop! Yeah, we saw the Reaper's side, therefore we saw the kill. How that one worked.
Yeah, that was really greedy by the Alk, though. He tried to go for the tower last. But, yeah, with the PA TPing and his chemical rage ending, was never going to be a happy ending.
EA has a Desolator, and she's going to be empowered, so there is potential here.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, though, right, when Alk finished Radiance, he builds, like, just a casual plate mail afterwards. And then he has the mech aura from the Necro as well.
Necro's trying to farm, and Illidan's, like, now commandeered. I feel like he has a badge which says, you know, I'm an alchemist. This farm is now mine. Your farm has been commandeered, much like your vehicle.
Yeah, then Heartstopper just takes it all back.
Oops. Turn it off.
Honestly, didn't mean it. He says lurking round the corner.
Exactly, in Heartstopper range.
Yeah. Do you remember Necro Ancients? That was a sad time. Yeah. Sad time in Dota.
Was that Leafy who published that build?
I can't remember. That was so funny.
God.
People were just stacking Ancients, and then like they would get contested, and they'd be like, "Well, I'm level 1 at like 10 minutes. What do I do?"
And Medusa Ancients as well.
Blink.
That was the thing. Yep, into Aloha Dance. He didn't see it coming. My poor boy, he didn't have a clue, and now Aloha Dance is going to get dropped like the stone he is in the middle lane. 333 gold into the pockets of G, and this mid tower being pressured now as well. Oh, but gold really kind of doing work this match. HellRaisers, I mean, there's only so many times I can say at least they have a Phantom Assassin before we kind of realize that we're hoping beyond hope that VTune can have a game here.
You could never count out a mag lineup though. That's the problem. Like all it takes is one good RP, and all of a sudden the game's just over because PA just comes in like 2 hits everybody.
Yep. Crit Rampage, GG.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, that specifically doesn't happen that much, but yes, the turnarounds can be. He's going for the BKB as well, which I like. You know, just realizing that they're probably going to be forced into a fight at some stage. They're probably not going to be able to last forever. Nobody does. We all die. We're only mortals. Get over it. So find the BKB just to make sure that she's not going to be completely used in the fight and immediately get blown up the moment she turns up, you know. Like in chess, you don't want to spend the entire game getting out your queen and then only to get her come out and then immediately taken out by a pawn.
Mm-hmm. They're going to try and fight these bot bounty runes by the looks of it because Alk secured the top 2. Well, Mag's TPing in.
They're going to be here in time. Oh, Aloha Dance, bottling it. What up?
Are they going to RP in? Yeah, they are.
Wait, where? What?
So, Alk top. He's fine though. The PA TP'd in, but it was just too slow. So the RP came out, but yeah, he'd already used the skewer to get towards the Alk to get the RP off.
Yeah, and the Stampede just helps them all get away safely. This is a little bit painful now for HellRaisers. They got to wait 100 seconds till RP's back up. Ultimate Gold will probably want to take this advantage and start pushing the top tier 2.
Yeah, there's the armor item coming out for the Alk. It's going to be that AC coming out really soon.
Is that on the courier yet, or no? That's really.
No, he's just picked up the 2 for now. 2 pieces.
Oh, this arc is ridiculous. What's his GPM? 720 currently.
No, but, like, if at the same time, just look at the PA's farm. Like, PA is farming well. If it wasn't against an ALK.
Yeah, exactly. We would be talking about how farm this PA was if it wasn't an ALK in the game for sure. This is fairly impressive from V2, honestly. Just, yeah, disappointing for V2. He doesn't get the credit he deserves, but there you go. I mean, this is another one of these CIS carries who's just really, really good. I mean, V2 is a solid player. I have heard things from behind the scenes saying that V2, you know, has some tilting problems, at least in pub games. I think that does reflect in competitive sometimes, but, you know, like all of these young potential, it's something they need to learn to control over time.
Really? I mean, that doesn't surprise me after what I told you about what HellRaisers, you know, what they did before. GG out really early.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Aloha Dancer, even though he's been around a really long time, he is still a very, you know, Kipspool was talking about him yesterday, saying how Aloha Dancer is a player who, CBZ, nearly walking into a Poshka there, but will not quite do so. But I mean, this PA is legit catching up on Alchemist, which is actually insane.
He's like, I don't think he's catching up. He's just staying at the same value behind. Bot lane.
I think he has closed the gap a little bit as Nick's actually getting caught out here and Arrow's connecting as well, so this is probably going to be a dead Viper. It isn't really dying when there's literally 5 heroes just surrounding his G comes in as like, yoink.
That was so fun. You know, you remember that Game of Thrones episode where they're like, for the watch, stab him one by one?
Yeah.
Like, the centaur stops him and then the Piranha turns up with Arrow. Then Ogre's like, fire blast, out stuns, and then the fucking scythe comes through at the end.
Yeah, they were literally like all kind of rotating around, making room for each other. Like, oh yeah, go on then. It's almost like, have you seen, there's like a really good 1980s, 1990s comedy called Airplane. Very popular.
Oh,
All tiny in some trouble. But yeah, when they're all lining up in the plane to smack the woman who's over-exaggerating, then someone turns up and slaps her, and some guy comes up with like boxing gloves, and then someone has like a crowbar and then a gun. And, yeah. That was very much that. G was just a gun at the end. Taking things a little too far.
If people haven't watched that, you should definitely go and watch it. It's like such a weird film, but it's so funny.
It's incredible. It's aged really well as well.
Yeah. It was so different for its time.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm thinking of so many funny moments from that film now.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard not to quote it constantly, but we won't do that. Wouldn't be good. Anyway, Roshan dropping pretty quickly as Olbergold were able to get 2 pickoffs to the north, and now opening up the big scalar boy for themselves, and this is going to be an Aegis now on Illidan Stormrage. He is going to be very, very scary, but the one person they failed to kill has been Vatoon, and he is getting that Basher as of next. Another great pickup for V2 there. I like that build quite a lot. Going to give them an opportunity to maybe get the drop on this Alchemist and bring him down before he can really realize what's happening to him, and also some BKB penetrating if he decides to go for that. But so far, he's held back on going for the BKB, which suggests that maybe they don't want to finish. Meanwhile, Gold get in behind the tower and kill Miposhka, which this stage just feels a little bit unnecessary, but there you go. Miposhka having an absolutely terrible time this game. He's 0-7.
Yeah, come on, man. He's already dead. Look at this Mag and Viper's farm, though. It feels so bad. Like, they're not even heroes in this game, really. Viper's a range creep. Mag's a melee creep with empower. It's all about their boy PA.
He's got a haste rune and an RP. He could actually do something in the next fight if they actually want to try that, because that could do something.
Oh. Not sure how I feel about this pause. I'll be honest. You're about to get a tier 2 top, and PA's just started hitting your tier 2 bot.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is... I've got hiccups now as well. This is how tense it at the moment is.
Get your Frankazies out in the chat, please, because this is some puppy stuff, perhaps. I mean, I don't want... I'm sure it's just a technical issue. TeamSpeak, Discord. The thing is, pausing isn't one of those issues which you can actually, like, police, right? You can't be like, are you actually having TeamSpeak issues? I'm going to call you on TeamSpeak right now, and if you answer, I'm going to know you're lying to me. Gotta trust him.
Yeah, like, as soon as someone's going to TP bot instantly, you're...
No.
Okay, never mind.
3 towers for V-Team. It wasn't a
Alright.
Pokeball at all.
Radiant's bottom tower
Conspiracy
has fallen.
theory's done.
Yep. You can sue us for libel or slander or whatever that is.
They see the Necro under the Sentry Ward.
Are scared.
Yeah, and he's jumping back in. The fight for the bounty room will commence, and what an RP, holding them both back. An arrow could actually... Oh, no, it's a dagger. My bad. A little bit smaller than an arrow. And that's going to be about it.
Come in handy.
Yeah, they get 3 bounty runes still, though.
Yeah. That was an RP as well. I mean, I really don't see what all the fuss was about there, but I guess it just stopped them dying.
Yeah, I think that was it. It wasn't even a we need to stay alive RP.
Yeah. Big question time. Why is arrow called arrow when it's a spear?
Because it's fired out of a bow. You don't fire spears out
No,
of
it's
a bow.
not. She lobs it. But watch the animation. She lobs the arrow. What? She's going to arrow
Yeah,
this
I
creep
know, I
now.
know.
I'm sure.
But she has a bow, so you have to pretend that it's coming out of the bow.
Why not just animate it as an arrow then? I never understood that.
Dude.
Look, she
Valve
throws
don't-
it. I mean,
Valve workers are very busy sorting out the constant rampant Smurfs at the moment. They don't have time for your silly animations, okay?
you imagine if you're in like medieval England or whatever, and you're like trying to defend the walls. All your archers there, you know, you're an archer. You know, you've trained your entire life to fire a longbow, and then your mate next to you is just like, you know, what, I've got a good idea. Just like reaches into his quiver, like takes out his bow, just tries to lob it. Falls about 5 feet. Good
They're
one,
trying to
mate.
put the spear in the bow.
Doesn't fit. I thought it'd be a good idea because it's bigger. But...
Oh. DD on the outcome, by the way, with a blink dagger. Almost. Does he have BKB coming out?
Dyer's
No, he
middle
doesn't.
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got he's got an old grey axe.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, Alchemist and Ogre Magia should probably get Ogre Axes for free, considering they are
Radiant's
Ogres.
top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
BZZ going in deep onto the PA. This is a great target with the Reaper Scythe coming down, just trying to bring him down quickly. That's not quite going to happen. Now, PA popping the BKB and
BKB
fighting up
now.
for now. Yeah, and they just stampede. That's what they wanted. They wanted the BKB and then they just stampede out. This was a plan all along. Very cunning from Old But Gold.
They have Aegis up still, Chemical Rage in 5 seconds.
Yep, they
The
really
Necro's
are.
just-
Playing very straightforward Dota
That-
right now. HellRaisers
that spear flying through the air.
flying through. We start the hashtag Spear Initiative where we can try and
Dyer's
talk the
bottom
casting community
shrine is
around
under
to
attack.
calling Sacred Arrow Spear, and eventually get it
Sacred
changed in
Spear.
game. Sacred Spear. It even works better. It sounds better. Who says Sacred Arrow? Nobody. We just call it Arrow. Sacred Spear. I would say that all the time.
Dyer's
It's gonna be in some
bottom
trouble. He's
shrine
coming
is
out
under
very
attack.
far to try and push out this creep wave.
Dyer's bottom shrine.
But you
They're
see,
They're busy with shrines.
the problem is in Dota 1, right, you used to be able to type this thing where you could do dash AA, and it would tell you the accuracy of your arrow, so it stood for arrow accuracy. If you type dash SA, it just doesn't have the same effect.
I mean, that's not a thing anymore, so that doesn't matter.
That's where it came from, though. But respect the history, you know?
Yeah, and Nightstalk used to be called
Dyer's
Balinar,
bottom
and
tower is under attack.
Pudge used to be called the Butchie, you know?
Don't even
Times have
bring up
changed.
Skeleton King.
I wasn't gonna go there. It's an open wound still, too
Dyer's
soon.
bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Viper is starting shit with Centaur for some reason, but I mean, Centaur's just like, okay, guess I get Viper Strike there.
Cool. Cool.
Yep, moving on with life, and see, this
There's a
is a play.
BKB coming out.
Why weren't they doing this from the start? Why wasn't the Viper just following the Alchemist around whilst he farmed, using Nether Toxin and then stopping him getting Grievous Greed off?
Oh, dude, that's so next level, actually.
Nice. See. Oh,
This
and
is
they
like-
go though. They managed to find themselves a Mirana pick off here. If Vela actually dies, it could be a good start to a fight for them. But unfortunately,
Oh,
that's going to
arrow.
go down. And look at Phantom Assassin just getting controlled up, completely taken out of the fight. Has to run away. Does survive, but I mean, it doesn't really mean much. Meanwhile, Pushka getting a fair amount done with that ultimate, but then Illidan comes to shut him up. Meanwhile, G bouncing around the backline of the fight, also safe. Aloha Dance trying to get away. Somehow there's only been 2 casualties, but that will make it 3 as there's a double kill for Illidan Stormrage. And again, HellRaisers just so close to finding the engagement they wanted, but unfortunately they couldn't quite finish off that Mirana, and then the fight just goes all but God's way once again, as it seems to have done every single time so far.
That was really sick by G, though, on the Necro. If you saw the Magnus skewered in to try and get an RP off, because he doesn't have Blink. But G precast the Reaper Scythe onto him, so as soon
Yeah.
as the skewer ended, he couldn't RP instantly. And in that meantime, like Vici just takes like nearly all his health away. Yeah, he survives, he pops the BKB, but if he's not able to get any damage off in the fight is just instantly lost for HellRaisers. Viper
Oh, dear.
Oh, on the +1.
Yeah, Magnus really can't afford to go down here, but unfortunately, it's not a choice he's allowed to make. Yeah, looking to save his buddy, but ends up just throwing his body onto the fire.
Yeah, like, a really sick Radiant Ward just sets up for both, like, well, the Viper kill was in the lane, but then again, they find the +1 with this obs that they put down in the fight that just happened. You have to be dewarding that area if you're dire side.
All but gold. Holding for now. And HellRaisers are really, really struggling to grab onto this game. They have got V-Tune. V-Tune would look like he was going to catch up with Illida at some point, or at least, you know, get respectively close for a PA versus Alchemist, but the game has just started to go south so quickly. Our team is not really behind her, unfortunately. Well, they are behind her, in fact. That's the problem. They're very, very, very far behind her.
The thing is, like, even if they have a bad time, if Mag just gets a blink RP off, then the fight can change, but he went for this pipe first, which, you know, I understand. It's a good item this game, but without the blink, it's really difficult for them to get, like, any kind of playmaking potential off.
Agreed. Now we're at the stage where even if you do take out the Alchemist, it's not the end of the fight. Necrophos is still going to be doing a lot of work. He's got these Guardians, Greaves, he's got a 4-staff. He's level 16, so easy
Outcast
as
and
well.
MKB. Jeez Louise.
Okay. Yeah, now when they do want to jump in, this makes the PA a target.
I wonder, like, the thing is, with the way that Alk changed, you now don't get any mana regen from, right? So, I wonder if this kind of is going to hurt him in the long run, where he only has a 700 max mana pool, and he doesn't have any mana regen anymore. So we might feel that in the fight now that he doesn't have the Soul Ring. I imagine it should still be fine, but just something to look out for. Oh, multicast the D ward. Nice.
Yeah, I've seen this happen so much recently. And yet, even when there is another sentry nearby, it doesn't kill them both. So I don't know what the point is.
It makes the sound, but it doesn't, like, multicast anything. It's really odd. Trent got really angry at me once because I was watching his stream and I told him, because I was like 90% sure it did, and he couldn't get it to work again. When I say really angry, Trent, it means Trent was like, "You were wrong." That's just about as angry as Canadians get, I think.
Yeah, sorry, buddy, but you were wrong. And then kind of his face isn't quite smiling, and you're like, "Yeah, I've really pissed off Trent now."
Oh, Miranda has a solder, Chris. Jesus. I think she must have had it for a while, because I think I've seen it, but it didn't register in my head who it was on. But she's just got Brown Boots Bassy 1 Solar Crest.
Hell yeah. Solar Crest is a gay item, so I'm into it. This tickles my pickle.
I think this Ghost Scepter would be really big to go for next as well. But obviously, 4 stuff.
Let's give some farm to the Magnus so we can get this blink, please. I'm very kind of bored of just kind of expecting HellRaisers to lose every fight. You know, I don't see what their hope is, what their angle is. Tiny can maybe jump in, get a kill. Maybe Velhor dies at the start. That's probably the best they can expect. V-Tune does have a lot of damage, but I just don't think the Alchemist cares that much. Let's see, there's pings. They're gently pinging.
Catch the Alk with like a avalanche toss before he gets BKB off with like
he
an
could
RP.
be a target. They're going to go on to G if they can get him down. He does manage to get the ghost off, and that is going to mean that he's not going to die. Oh no, PA caught out with the Heaven's Halberd just before the BKB goes off as they start chunking into the Magnus. Magnus can't get off the RP. V-Tune as well, controlled up in the start of the fight. There's no real damage coming out from HellRaisers right now. It wasn't a terrible start, but again, the hero there. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big one. Tiny. He's going to be stuck for a while. Yes, they can. There's a stomp. There's an unstable concoction. And there is a punch in the face. Nyx dropped as well. 3 heroes on the side of HellRaisers. And now they will get back to doing Roshan.
Viper has no armor items, but so in these fights, like he gets hit by a Solar Crest and Velhor, the acid spray goes down and he gets hit by concoction like half his life.
Yeah, really. That was a ton of damage. Actually, does he even have the talent? He doesn't even have the talent. It looked like he had the talent. Genuinely.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Does Alk even pick up the Aegis here? I guess he does. Yeah.
Yes, of course. He's
Look at his mana.
To be fair, I kind of want him to die just to see. I really like him to die solo to Crystal Maiden just to see how much money he'd give her. Now, I realize that I'm asking for something which might be considered somewhat unrealistic by most people's standards, but I reckon it'd be about 3k gold.
Al just popped the shine and ran away.
Radiant are scared.
I doesn't give a shit.
What are you doing, man?
That is so greedy. He's just like, oh yeah, there's a shrine here. Might as well get like 30 mana from it. This is value. My team don't need that.
It's poison, dude. I don't need this.
You know, you got about 50 mana from it, I think.
It's worth.
Oh, V2. Big things queued up.
Yeah. Does he have the Claymore on the... Yeah, so he is going to go for the Satanic first, though. Which I think is right. I think that's...
You almost
right
have
thing
to against Heaven's Halberd, I think, right?
Yeah, and against the Necro Scythe as well.
Who has
Like-
the Halberd? What? There is no What? How's he disarmed?
Allies disappear.
He was-
What?
Oh,
There is one.
no,
There's one
sorry,
on
Centaur
center.
has one. My god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You
I
know,
got really confused because I was like, I'm pretty sure he
Dire's
was.
bottom tower is under attack.
yeah, I was looking through all the heroes, but I just didn't see it. Nice BKB from V2, maybe looking to turn around here. There is a stun onto BZZ, but they will hold back for the time being as Aloha Dance tries to find a toss back, but isn't able to do so. And that should BKB dead. I mean, they didn't even have to use a Stampede this time around. Yep, Solar Crest and Chemical Rage. They've ulted him up. They've actually didn't manage to force stuff out. They're going to toss him back right now. Skewer as well, getting him so far out of position. He is nearly in another goddamn game right now, but the rest of the team pushing forward. Can they bring him down? The RP comes out, but the damage, where is it? Where's your PA? She's too afraid to go in. PA, commit, you wuss. Now they're going to try and fight this one. The BKB gets off on Illidan. He can turn around. The damage is coming through. V-Tune needs to get away. He turns around with the Satanic, trying to fight it up, but the disarment's out onto him. Oh no, the arrow connects. CM tanks it. They're still trying to take it down right now, and Aloha Dance will be dropping. Might they actually be able to take this fight? HellRaisers doing as best as they can to take to the front lines. V-Tunes comes back in. A kill onto Vanscore. Might actually open up for more, but now the stun comes out. PA's in trouble. Where's the help? Where's the team? She blinks herself back, still trying to play around this one, but Gold are coming in thick and fast. The second BKB from V-Tune as he jumps onto the Alchemist. Alchemist might actually be going down here. V-Tune needs to throw the gap. The toss forwards. Go V-Tune. Yes, he gets the kill. Now looking towards the Centaur Warrunner as well, but down comes Reaper's side, putting an end to the PA's life. Gold, they can fight without her, and they'll be able to take down DM as well. 3 heroes dead on the side of HellRaisers, 2 dead on the side of Gold. A buyback from the Magnus. They realize they're going to have to find a way to defend this one. Gold taking it up to the high ground right now, and they'll be able to take this range barracks at the very least. I don't think they get any more than this, but still.
They might not even get this.
They might not. I mean, BZZ is in very deep right now thanks to Aloha Dance. He tosses him up. Okay, he allows him to get out. That was very kind. Thank you,
He tossed
Aloha
him
Dance.
on the force stuff.
I see. Things happen. Ota, it's a game. Meanwhile, G gets fired back into the base. I mean, things are...
Yes, Scythe.
Like 2+5 right now, but I mean, CM's coming back in fire. Like, yes, Viper's still surviving through this, but will finally drop. He's got the buyback. Aloha Dance also getting away, but now with 4 heroes in, it looks like Gold will finally be able to finish this range barracks here. Sorry, the melee barracks here. Ooh, and BZZ with a 2-man storm. They could actually go from this as Miposhka in the front lines. He's just respawned and will be dying just as quickly as Nyx has brought back TP'd onto the front lines, but the melee barracks has fallen, and Gold finally get what they came for. Meanwhile, the Alchemist has respawned. He's got no boots of travel, though.
He's just in base for like ages trying to sort out his abyssal plays. I need this, and I need this, and then I need this.
What's all this? This goes in my backpack.
And my recipe's still on the courier.
Oh dear. When you got too many items, struggling with success.
What does he even drop? Like his phase boots, I guess?
You really go for the cleave time? I mean, don't really
Yeah.
need the money, do you?
Radiant
The
are
concoction
scanning.
damage talent feels pretty bad now that they changed it so that it scales. It's still not bad, but like I don't know. The cleave just feels better now.
It do.
Oh, he drops his blink.
That's surprising.
Yeah, not what I expected.
I mean, I was going to say he could BKB and then swap in his blink dagger and then blink in, but With the 6 seconds it takes for an item to be swapped into your inventory, that gives you then 2 seconds once you've blinked in. So
No, you don't understand. What you do is you set just outside the space. You drop the blink on the floor. You use BKB, drop that on the floor, pick up the blink so it doesn't have a cooldown of 6 seconds.
no, you're right, that's it. You don't need to drop the BKB on the floor. Arrow, they realize something's going on here. Oh no, not Maposhka, please, not beautiful little Maposhka. I'm not sure you're going to get anybody for now. Aloha dances in the trees. DM, he's thinking about it, isn't he? But he still doesn't have his blink dagger. Where is it? Oh dear. Well, V2 cannot afford to go down here. The Stampede is coming in. The RP is going to be used just to hold them back. No more than that. V2 is able to sneak himself away. DM, can we... Oh man, can we get some Bible thumps in the chat for our hero DM who tanks up everything? Maposhka as well is going to go down, but they get a return kill onto Velhor, so not a total loss from HellRaisers. They're also looking at G right now, but I'm fairly sure HellRaisers need to get out of there. There's a big bad man coming to this fight, and his name is Illidan Stormrage. But with the BKBs all out, he's not going to be able to stun anybody, and yeah, that Abyssal lasting not too long. On Satanic target, V2 know the BKB now down, and now they'll focus him up, and that is going to be an easy kill onto the Phantom Assassin. They're going to look for more. Nyx is going to be the next target, and they're going to be able to close the gap with no problems at all. Nyx is dead, no buyback. There's only going to be 2 heroes left to defend, and I'll just call it GG. This one is overall, but Gold take a fairly straightforward victory. It does take them a long time. There did look to be hope from HellRaisers, but unfortunately, they just couldn't get their PA into a position where she could take control of this game. And but Gold will just be able to alk their way to a Game 1 victory.
Yeah, pretty dominating performance, has to be said. You know, we said from the start that if this out gets a good, start to the game, they should be fine, theoretically, right? V-Tune did a really good job of when he picked up his BKB of they could win fights then because he had this long BKB duration, but when it gets to this 5-6 second mark, they have so much kite potential on the Radiant side. They've got Stampede, they've got the Ghost Shroud, they've got the Leaps on Mirana. You don't want to be jumping in on an Ogre. Vansko has a Crimson. Where's that come from?
Yeah, he picked up a Crimson.
He's pretty rich on this Ogre as well, so how does the PA ever get her damage off if the rest of her team just doesn't have any firepower to support her?
Exactly. It was really hard. V-Tune very much had his hands tied this game. You can be as farmed as you like on PA, but if your team doesn't have anything, then you just jump into the fight. You're just going to get focused down every single time. And that is basically just what happened.
I think if you go for this poison attack build on Viper as well, and you don't win the lane out of it, it's super underwhelming. This Necro just has the sustain to deal with the poison attack. The way the poison attack works, you want to get them low and keep them low. But with the regen coming through from the Necro, it just keeps his HP topped up constantly. So he hardly ever takes damage from the poison attack.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it just means that you can't really jungle with another toxin either. So all in all, it is very awkward. And unfortunately, that's going to be HellRaisers dropping game number 1. But Old Cold take a very well-deserved victory here in the first match. We still have a potential 2 more games to come from these 2 teams. They are in a best-of-3 series to find out who's going to be making it through to the lower bracket final and who's going to be knocked out to the minor qualifiers. My name is Nomad. He's Mo Farah. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with Old But Gold versus HellRaisers game number 2. Don't go anywhere.